Every night in ancient Xi'an, drums beat 108 times. When they stop, every gate in the city locks. Anyone still in the street can be punished, sometimes fatally. Not legend, law. A few days from now, we are standing in a Beijing alley where 3 families share one cold outdoor toilet. In the same city that just built the world's 2nd largest economy. This is our last stop in China. 22 days, 11 cities. Stay with us. This country still has a few things to say. Quick catch up if you're new here. 3 weeks, city by city, just the 2 of us and a different local guide each time. Last video, we're in Chengdu, chasing pandas that turn out to be not quite what we expected. Standing in a Chinese Walmart, wondering why every apple comes shrink-wrapped in its own plastic tray. We tell you we're heading to Xian next for the Terracotta Warriors. What we don't tell you yet is what's underneath that story. Coming up, we walk a wall built to trap invading soldiers like turtles in a jar. We stand a few feet from 8,000 faces, no 2 alike, built by a man so afraid of dying that the cure he drinks probably kills him. In Beijing, we do something a guidebook would call heresy. We skip the Forbidden City, on purpose. We'll show you why, and what we do instead. Including the strangest answer to the simplest question: how do you get a license plate in this city? Trains, walls, and a lottery worse than Vegas. Let's go. We take the bullet train into Xi'an. Zarko's at the window again. Rice paddies, apartment towers, stretches of low mountains, then open plain. Then a city rising up like it's always been there. Stepping out of the station, Xi'an looks modern, a little gray, but under a different name. This was the most important city on the planet for 1,000 years. They call it Chang'an, eternal peace, capital of 13 dynasties, the starting point of the Silk Road. During the Tang Dynasty, this is the largest city on earth. Over 1 million people. Our guide takes us straight to the wall. From the top, looking down at the perfect grid of streets below. This isn't just city planning. It's a machine for controlling 1 million people. Here's the detail that stops us cold. Under the Tang Dynasty, the inner city splits into 108 walled blocks, each one gated. Every night at sunset, drums beat exactly 800 times. When they stop, every gate locks from the outside. Anyone caught on the main streets after that can be punished, sometimes fatally. A cage with a night shift for 1 million people. No rebellion can organize. No spy can move. The wall under our feet isn't even from that era. It's Ming Dynasty, built in the 1370s, 12 meters high and 15 to 18 meters thick at the base. Thicker than it is tall, on purpose. A wall that dense can absorb a battering ram, even cannon fire, and barely notice. The real design trick sits at the 4 main gates. Not one door, an outer gate, a courtyard, then a second inner gate. Break through the first, and you're funneled into that courtyard, only to find the second gate already shut. Now you're boxed in, while defenders drop arrows and crossbows from every side. There's a name for it: catching turtles in a jar. We're walking the top of one of the most brutal ambush designs in military history. And today is just a nice place to rent a bike at sunset. Not far from where we are standing, a moment that quietly reshapes the 20th century. Not a foreign invasion, a betrayal from inside China's own army. In 1936, nationalist leader Chiang Kai-shek arrives in Xi'an to order his generals to keep fighting the communists, even as Japan invades from the east. His generals refuse. On a freezing December morning, they mutiny. Xian is chased up a mountainside in his pajamas and captured. With a gun to his head, essentially, he agrees to a truce with the communists to fight Japan instead. One kidnapping outside these walls, and the direction of modern China changes. Next morning, we go see the reason most people come to Xi'an at all. Everyone's seen the photos, rows of life-size terracotta soldiers in formation. What the photos don't show is who built this and what happened to them after. Qin Shi Huang becomes king of the Qin state at 13. By 38, he's conquered every rival state and declares himself China's first emperor. He standardizes the writing system, the currency, the weights and measures, the blueprint for the country that still exists today. He also buries scholars alive and burns any book that disagrees with him. He survives several assassination attempts, and it turns him obsessive about living forever. He sends ships out searching for an elixir of immortality. He drinks mercury, believing it will keep him alive. It's probably what kills him at 49. Since he can't beat death, he outbuilds it. An underground replica of his entire empire, nearly 6 square kilometers of it. Soldiers, acrobats, musicians, officials. So he can keep ruling in the afterlife, exactly as he did in this one. Building it takes people. Records put the workforce around 700,000. Laborers, craftsmen, conscripted peasants, prisoners of war, most of them there by force. Archaeologists have found mass graves near the site. Here's the detail that lands hardest. When the emperor dies, his successor wants the tomb's location and its booby traps kept secret forever. The artisans and laborers who built it get sealed inside the complex and left there. None could escape. It works. Nobody knows this army exists for over 2,000 years. Then, in 1974, a farmer with a shovel and a drought stumbles onto the greatest archaeological find of the century and gets paid about $3 for it. Young Jir Fa is digging a well during a drought when his shovel hits something hard, 2 meters down. He pulls up terracotta fragments and bronze arrowheads. The villagers think they've disturbed a demon. Some take the broken pieces home to use as pillows. Yang hauls 3 cartloads of fragments to a local cultural office and gets paid 30 yuan for the lot, roughly $3. Today, that same farmland draws millions of visitors a year. And for years, Yang sits in the museum gift shop signing autographs. The scale isn't what gets us, it's the faces. No two match. The bodies are mass-produced with molds, an early assembly line, but every head is finished by hand. A different mustache, a different expression, different bone structure. Some historians think they're modeled on real soldiers. They weren't even this plain terracotta brown originally. They were painted red, green, and blue, holding real bronze weapons. Over 40,000 of them found in the pits. 3 pits, 3 jobs. Pit 1 is the main force, the one everyone photographs. Pit 2, mostly unexcavated, holds the mobile strike force. Cavalry and archers for flanking. Pit 3, the smallest, tucked behind the other 2, is the command center. And thousands of warriors stay buried on purpose. The moment the terracotta hits open air, the original paint starts flaking off in minutes. Science can't preserve it yet, so they wait. After a morning with an emperor's ghost army, we need a different kind of China. 15 minutes from the wall, cumin smoke, charcoal, vendors shouting over each other. This neighborhood has existed for 1,300 years. Arab and Persian traders came here along the Silk Road, married local women, never left. Their descendants, the Hui people, still live on these same blocks today. Right in the middle of it is the Great Mosque of Xi'an. Walking in, nothing prepares you for what this place actually is. It looks exactly like a Chinese imperial palace. Glazed tiles, carved timber, sweeping roof lines, gardens, old trees. It is a mosque. Every Chinese temple faces south. This one runs east to west, because east to west means the prayer hall at the far end faces Mecca. That single difference is the only tell. The stone tablets along the pathways are carved in Chinese, in Arabic, and in something in between. Arabic text written in Chinese calligraphic brushstrokes. Two faiths, one stone. That tower in the third courtyard that looks exactly like a pagoda, that is the minaret. The hall still holds 1,000 worshippers, 5 times a day. It has for 13 centuries. Blend in enough, and you get to keep what matters. Every leg of this trip, from the wall in Xi'an to that alley in the Muslim quarter, was arranged by Chinatours.com, our sponsor for this series. They build our route around what we actually want to see, adjust it in real time whenever we change our minds, and our guides stay reachable on WeChat any hour we need them. If China's on your list, the link's in the description. Go check them out. From Xi'an, one more train, our last of the whole trip, into our final city, Beijing. Every itinerary here includes the same 2 boxes. Tiananmen Square, Forbidden City. Ours does too, on paper. We cancel both, on purpose. Here's why. Tiananmen Square isn't a walk in a park anymore. It's a reservation booked days ahead through a WeChat mini program. Passport scans, bag x-rays, and a security line that runs between 1 and 3 hours in peak season. Just to stand on an empty slab of concrete under constant watch. The Forbidden City is nearly a kilometer of continuous walking on hard stone, capped at 40,000 visitors a day, and it hits that cap almost every day of the year. You're not quietly taking in imperial history. You're carried along in a river of tour groups with megaphones, and when you reach the famous halls, you're peering over a velvet rope into a dark room, past a wall of shoulders. Our guide had to work through the official cancellation system to get us out of both bookings. This is the real freedom of a private tour. You get to say no, and when you say no, someone who knows how to navigate the system makes it happen. So instead of the Forbidden City, we go looking for how 21 million people actually live in this city. What we find out about a toilet and a license plate might be the 2 strangest facts of the whole trip. We walk into the Hutongs, narrow courtyard neighborhoods near the city center. Once single-family homes, subdivided after 1949 into 5, 10, sometimes 15 households sharing what used to be one house. Count the electric meters bolted to the outside wall, and you know exactly how many families are crammed inside. No plumbing for a private bathroom in buildings this old. So residents still walk the alley in winter, in their pajamas, to a communal public toilet. Why choose that over a modern apartment? Because they're buying back their time. Live in a hutong and work as a 15-minute walk or bike ride. Live out on the 5th or 6th ring road in a new spacious apartment, and the commute can eat 4 hours a day. A month of your life, every year, sitting on a train. A shared toilet is a small price for getting your life back. Then the cars. Maybe the most bureaucratic thing we run into in 22 days. Buying a car in Beijing isn't the problem. Getting permission to put it on the road, that's the problem. Every car needs a license plate. Every license plate requires winning a lottery. In the most recent lottery, 6,000 plates were available. 3 million people were waiting. For an electric car, The queue is backed up so far that new applicants are looking at an 8-year wait. People enter in their 20s, still waiting in their 40s. Over 30% of applicants have tried more than 50 times without winning. The plates are worth more than the cars underneath them. Our last full day in China, we take the cable car up to the Mutayanyu section. Let the machine handle the vertical climb. Save our legs for walking the wall itself once we're up there. The right call at our age. The right call at any age. You've probably heard the Great Wall called the longest graveyard on Earth. Not far off. Over 2,000 years of construction, hundreds of thousands of people die building it. Drafted soldiers, prisoners of war, and under the Qin Dynasty, even scholars sentenced to hard labor for refusing to burn their books. There's a myth that the dead are buried inside the wall itself. False. The builders know a decomposing body inside packed earth creates weak spots. The dead go under the foundations or into mass graves alongside it, standing on 600-year-old stone. The Ming engineers bind these massive blocks with a mortar made partly from sticky rice, boiled down and mixed with slaked lime. The bond is so strong that modern bulldozers still struggle to tear it down. Here's the twist nobody tells you. As a defense, the wall mostly fails. The Mongols and the Manchus rarely bother breaching it. They bribe underpaid, freezing guards to open a gate or just ride around the ends. In 1644, a Ming general opens the gates and lets the Manchu army walk straight through, ending the dynasty. What the wall actually is, more than a barrier, is a highway and a signal network. Every watchtower can light a fire mixed with wolf dung, thick black smoke, and the next tower sees it and lights its own. A warning travels 300 miles to the capital in a single day. 22 days, 11 cities. And somehow, we end this trip with more questions than we started with. Which, if you've watched this whole series, is exactly the outcome we're hoping for. We came to China thinking we had a reasonable idea of what to expect. We didn't. China keeps showing you something that looks like one thing. And then, if you stay long enough, it shows you what's underneath. Thank you for coming with us through all 11 cities. If you've been here since Shanghai, you know exactly how far we've come. New here? Go back and start from the beginning. A very different trip watched in order. 22 days isn't enough. More questions than answers. And we're already talking about coming back for more of them.